Continuing with our roster reset, we shift our focus to the running back position, which we haven't talked much about during this free agency period, and there's good reason for that. I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Evan Lazar. They're deep at running back. I mean, they're bringing everyone back. They've got James White, Sony Michel, Rex Burkehead, Brandon Bolden, and Damien Harris, who we haven't seen in game action, but have heard good things about him from practice. Is this the deepest position on this roster right now?
It's either running back or cornerback with Stephon Gilmore and those guys leading the way on the defensive side of the ball. It's one or the other. I think what makes this position so just deep and really kind of versatile is that they have backs that can run between the tackles like a Michel or a Harris or a Burkhead, but then they also have guys that can catch the ball out of the backfield with James White and Rex again and Brandon Bolden and kind of being a little bit in that role at times last year. So we kind of call for this last year, Sierra, for them to run the offense through the running backs because it seemed to be the deepest and most talented position group on the roster. But now that Brady is not in the picture, if they really have to take a lot of pressure off of Jared Stidham, I could easily see them dispersing the touches throughout this running back group and having it run the offense run through the running backs pretty heavily in 2020.
We've talked a lot about the Patriots being up against it in terms of cap space. And Rex Burkhead is a guy that Tom Brady really loved. Tom Brady obviously isn't here anymore. Do you see an instance in where the Patriots try to free up some of that cap space by letting Burkhead go?
Well, the old Bill Belichick would have done this a couple of years ago, right? The old Bill Belichick would have looked at it last year and said, I drafted Damien Harris in the third round. He's making $650,000. I'm paying Rex Burkhead $4 million, and he's the veteran player, but I can get cheaper and younger at running back by keeping Damien Harris and cutting Rex Burkhead. And he didn't do it. So I think that signals to me that with Brady, they were in a little bit of a championship window where they realized that they needed as many veteran players on the roster as possible. Now, they can save $2.2 million in cap space, roughly about $2 million if they cut or trade Rex Burkhead. Again, if they think Damien Harris is going to be a guy that's going to step up into that RB3 type role on their depth chart behind Michel and James White, then it makes all the sense in the world to save that little bit of cap space with Rex Burkhead. But at the same time, I know for a fact that Josh McDaniels also loves Rex Burkhead. In the 2013 draft, McDaniels had it Le'Veon Bell 1, Rex Burkhead 2. That is not a lie. He had Rex Burkhead, the second best running back in that draft class. It includes guys like Gio Bernard, Le'Veon Bell, a bunch of good running backs in 2013. So it's pretty amazing how much the team really loves Rex. He's a great team guy. He also plays in the kicking game, 4-down type player for the Patriots, really versatile, catches the ball, runs between the tackles. But this financial crisis that they're in right now, it is what it is, and they could save every little dollar and cent that they can get.
And I mentioned Harris previously, but this is a guy that should get more touches this season unless the coaches know something that we don't. You expect his workload to increase, right?
That's the expectation. I think the two biggest things from what I've heard about Damien Harris, one of them is that his vision between the tackles and his ability to make his run reads were not progressing along in this scheme as well as they thought it would. It was supposed to be an easy transition from Alabama to the Patriots, and it wasn't mentally so much for Damien Harris. The other thing is the Patriots really put a heavy emphasis on running backs and pass protection, being able to blitz pick up and do things like that so that they can leave them on the field in passing situations. And I think that that's probably a signal that Damien Harris wasn't quite there yet with his pass protection responsibilities and rules. So I think that those are the two things that you look at, but it is really weird that they just kind of left him hiding there in the background and never really let him out of the garage. So maybe we'll finally get to see that next year.
We'll continue to discuss the state of the Patriots position by position on our website at clnsmedia.com and on our YouTube channel at Patriots Press Pass.